Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 231 of the Nope Coach podcast, Breaking Traditions. I'm your host, Suzanne Culberg. It is still ridiculously hot here in Sydney. If you haven't been tuning into the past episodes, I highly recommend that you do. But yeah, today it wasn't quite 40. It was 38 degrees Celsius for those overseas. But yeah, it's hot. And I'm recording this in my office. And obviously, with it being so hot outside, the kids are inside. We just started school holidays today. So they are currently playing indoor hockey. We've cut a pool noodle in half, and they've got like a racquetball and they're hitting it back and forward. So if you hear random squeals, squeaks in the background, there's a epic hockey effort going on downstairs. And I also took them to see the new Wonka movie today. Highly recommended. We really, really enjoyed it. Though what we didn't plan on is that have like an Arctic blast of the air conditioning. So we're there in shorts and t-shirt, and my daughter's wearing like a singlet top, and it's freezing. And then we walk out to like 38-degree heat. So yeah, certainly been an entertaining day. On to today's topic, breaking traditions. So in my family, growing up, we never put any gifts under the tree until Christmas Eve. So not only would we have Santa's gifts when Santa arrived on Christmas Eve, but any gifts from mum and dad or any extended family. So up until Christmas Eve, the tree would be up, but it would be bare. And then Christmas Eve, all the presents would go out. So when we got back from the movie today, we'd finished off our Christmas shopping. The kids had chosen their gift for each other. And Jeremy, my husband, he's like, why don't we just get everything out and wrap it? Which is also a great idea to check that, we had everything, which we did. So we wrapped it all, and then I'm putting it in like a garbage bag to carry back upstairs. And Jeremy's like, let's just put it under the tree. It's like, we can't put the presents under the tree yet. It's not Christmas Eve. He's like, why not? Let's break tradition. And I must admit, I felt a bit rebellious. And that had me thinking, like, where can you break your tradition? What have you done just because that's always the way that it's been done? Like, I don't know why in my family growing up, we never put presents out to Christmas Eve. And unfortunately now I can never ask, but it's that sometimes, the things that you don't think of until it's too late. I guess because my mum just never had time to put the presents out, or she was worried. She was probably worried that we would sneak a look, but little did she know. Little did you know, Mum, that I already knew what I was getting. I was that kid who would sneak a peek under the bed. So Mum would often buy me books, and I would have grabbed it out, read it on the weekend while she was at work already, and then put it back and pretended it was a present on Christmas Day. I was cheeky when I was growing up. Still am in many ways. But anyway, where is a tradition that you've upheld just because that's the way that you've always done it? And how could you break it if it feels good to do so? So I must admit, it feels amazing for me when we go downstairs now to see the Christmas tree with all the gifts under there ready to go. It's funny that the kids keep rearranging them. So I think maybe that's another reason we never did it in my family growing up. But yeah, what things have you done that you've always done? It doesn't have to be festive or Christmas related. And the other thing I wanted to say for anyone who is coming into a Christmas or a holiday season with a first, it could be the first since you've, farewelled a family member, or the first since a breakdown of a relationship, or the first since a significant event. I just wanted to say that, it may be a challenging time. And if that's the case, my heart goes out to you, but it doesn't need to be. Like, it's okay to still enjoy yourself. It's okay to be breaking traditions. It's okay to be creating new ones, because the people who love us, that's what they would want. That's what they would want for us. And I think that's, important to be said. And also for people who are supporting friends who are having a tough time and, often don't know what to say, or you don't want to say the wrong thing, letting us enjoy your traditions and your family and your connections, secondhand or third hand, or sharing that with us is wonderful. You don't need to wrap us in cotton wool or, pretend that you aren't having good times. I think the more that we normalize celebrating and including others in our celebration, celebrating is not bragging. And, I have so many, friends and clients having amazing times right now and living in some cases vicariously through them. Like some of my clients, it's their first Christmas as a mum, like they've given birth this year, or their first Christmas married, or their first Christmas in their new house. And it's just, not only breaking old traditions, but creating new ones. And you get to test it out. Like we might decide after this year that we're like, yeah, no, there's a reason that presents don't go down till Christmas Eve, and change our mind. But to be able to have the freedom to even try to give something new a go, that's what I encourage you to investigate and consider at this time. So the other thing I was going to say before we wrap up, I recently, as in like 2 days ago at the time of recording this, recorded a brand new masterclass, The Art of Saying No. If you, I had a total tech snafu, not going to get into that because it'll probably be boring for most of you. But if you're currently on my email list, you would have received the replay of that, because I couldn't work out who had registered and who hadn't, because some behind the scenes stuff. I don't follow astrology, but I'm guessing something's in retrograde. But anyway, if you aren't yet on my list and you want to check that out, if you go to suzanneculberg.com/masterclass, it's got the description of the class, what we covered. You can sign up and get immediate access to the replay. Coming into the holidays is a time where many of us inadvertently get railroaded into saying yes and doing things that we've always done or that no longer serve us. It wasn't planned this way, but it really links to today's topic of breaking traditions. And so in that class, we talk about, how to say no without feeling mean, without feeling like a bitch, so that, when we may disappoint some people, but how many people do we need to disappoint to avoid disappointing ourselves? That's a quote by Glennon Doyle in her book, Untamed. It was my biggest takeaway from that book. She said, disappoint as many people as possible so that you don't disappoint yourself. And I swear that's like words to live by. So if saying no is something that is a challenge for you, if it's anxiety provoking, if it gives you the rush of despair and the dry mouth, I really encourage you, suzanneculberg.com/masterclass. Sign up there. You'll get immediate access to the replay. And and also you'll be on my list to any future masterclasses that I run. You'll get access to those or invitations to those as well. Thank you for joining me today. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.